If you are seeing this video, you are cooked. You missed the rapture. If you were hoping the rapture was gonna come so you didn't have to go to work tomorrow, I am sorry, you are cooked. You going to work. If you made social media posts happy about finally going home, I am sorry, you are cooked. You are already home. If you gave away all your belongings and money, I am sorry, you are cooked. You're going to be homeless.
Did y'all get raptured? Are y'all watching this from heaven? If you watching this, let me know where you at in the comments. Are you on earth? You in heaven? Did you go to hell? I need to know where you at.
Hello guys, welcome back to this channel. Today we are diving into a story that took social media by storm in September 2025, this month. The prediction that the rapture would happen on September 23rd and 24th. This rumor originated in South Africa, but it affected most of the believers of this kind of rumor from the US. I especially compiled my notes here, and in the next couple of minutes, I'll be explaining what the rapture is in simple terms. We'll be tracing the history of date setting, some of the prophecies that were issued and did it come to pass. We'll be sharing some of the hilarious reactions Black Americans and other people had online, but mostly from Americans. And also we'll be looking at how some believers prepared for the liftoff. Also, lastly, we'll be unpacking the deeper lessons about faith, fear, and how we can guard our minds against harmful belief traps. Before we come back for more commentary, let's first look at the reactions from the Americans about the rapture before and after the said dates. That is the 23rd and 24th September 2025. I'm your host, Kisaka. All credits go to the creators of these clips. Remember, this video is for education purpose and entertainment only.
So a bunch of Christians on social media think that tomorrow the 23rd is the rapture, and they've been posting all over social media about it. And people are having a lot of fun with it. But let's talk about religious psychosis for a moment, shall we?
My husband wanted me to request off work for September 23rd. So I requested off, and it was denied. And I wasn't stressing about it. But Thursday in the car, I prayed and I asked God, whenever the rapture happens, whether it is next week, next month, next year, can you please just arrange things where I can be home with my family when it happens? About 4 hours later, I was fired.
That woman believes that God got her fired from her job so that she could spend the rapture with her family. She mentioned later, like, oh, I just gotten some extra PTO days and stuff, but then they decided to be upset about something I've been doing for 6 months but didn't get upset about until now. So they found out that you were doing something wrong and they fired you for it. It's not divine intervention, that's just getting caught. Thinking like that is not rational or logical, and it's not a sane, well mind that thinks that way. But that's pretty harmless, it would seem. This next woman I'm going to show you, and by the way, I want you to go find none of these people. These people are not doing well. This is not about making fun of them, okay? But this woman, I mean, she's really struggling with this.
Okay, I'm literally about to crash out. Are we not scared? Come on. To think that if the rapture is happening, if the rapture is gonna happen in a few days, when they say it's gonna happen, that means I only have a few days left with my kids.
She said it herself. She's crashing out. She's having a full-on meltdown about losing her babies because of the rapture. That's her being inconsolable, just being a blubbering mess. That's not good. That's not a sign of a sound mind. That's someone who needs help. And later, when people were telling her that's religious psychosis, she just went into, oh no, it's my faith, and see, in the Bible it says this and that. Here's the issue with something like this. Everyone's having a good time laughing at the people making videos. But this kind of psychosis, when there's a date and a time and an event, and you have people who are unwell, who are expecting something to happen, and then it doesn't because it won't, that is like a breeding ground for family annihilators, for example. Almost certainly someone is going to be like, what do you mean God didn't come get us? My children are supposed to be with God today. And then they take steps to make that happen. Be it a shotgun or a ball-peen hammer or making everybody pray in the garage while the car idles. This kind of stuff happens when we let people who are saying things that are clear signs of them needing mental help and just going, it's just their faith. It's just their belief. Leave them alone. They're harmless. They're harmless until they're not. And this shit should not be normalized.
If you are seeing this video, you are cooked. You missed the rapture. If you were hoping the rapture was gonna come so you didn't have to go to work tomorrow, I am sorry, you are cooked. You going to work. If you made social media posts happy about finally going home, I am sorry, you are cooked. You are already home. If you gave away all your belongings and money, I am sorry, you are cooked. You're going to be homeless. Now, if you are not seeing this video, congratulations. You may have been assassinated or you have been raptured. But if you are seeing this video, I am sorry, you are cooked. Now, if you lead a good life, you can still get to heaven. For the next 70 years, I am sorry, you are cooked. If you believed a random South African man spoke to Jesus in his dream, I am sorry, you are cooked. You are scam likely call's favorite customers. If you quit your job because you are ready for the rapture, I am sorry, you are cooked. Nobody's hiring. You going to DoorDash. Now, if you didn't believe any of this was going to happen in the first place, congratulations, you are safe from having to make an apology video.
If you are still here, Earthside, with the rest of us heathens on September 24th, 2025, what then? How does this change your ideology and how you move in this world? Will it make you reflect upon anything critically at all? Or will you just quietly move the goalpost? I don't want to hear about what you're doing to prepare your house for after you're beamed up or whatnot. I don't want to hear about all the Bibles you're stashing for those who are left behind because maybe they can find the Lord for its intrinsic value since the good ones have already been taken away. How will you change if you are still here on the 24th? That is all I want to know. So many of you justify your nonsense with this specific nonsense. So when you have put a timestamp, an expiration date on one of these things, what happens the day after it doesn't happen? Or does it not matter?
Wait, I promise, I'm not laughing at, I'm not trying to disrespect anybody's beliefs or anything like that, but I'm driving Uber, right? And so I had no idea that the rapture was coming. And so I picked up this couple from church and they get in my car and, they're weeping. And I'm like, hey, hi, how you doing? Whatever, is everything okay? Because I saw they were not hysterically crying, but they were emotional, right? And so I'm like, hey, is everything okay? They were like, yeah, the Lord is coming back. Jesus is coming back tomorrow. And I was like, wait, tomorrow? They were like, yeah, I think it's between the 23rd and the 24th. I was like, okay. Now, when I did go to church, I just assumed, this is just me, I thought it said it didn't, the day nor the hour when he coming back. It's been 2,000 years since he left, and now he's supposed to be coming back and stuff. So I don't know, it's not my lane. However, they got in the car and they were weeping, and so they tell me this, and so we're talking, and they're like, well, how are you? Is everything okay in your life? We're trying to donate our money because we're not going to be here. The Lord is coming back and we're going to leave, and there's still going to be people here on earth and things are going to change. So how are you doing? I said, I'm okay, but I could always, use some help. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to turn down nothing. They were like, okay, well, we were praying and we were all in church, and the pastor, he agreed that, the Lord is coming back. And I'm thinking to myself, did he agree that the Lord is coming back, or did he agree that the Lord is coming back within the next 2 or 3 days? Regardless, they were like, we were just praying because we have all this money. We want to give it away. I'm here. I'm here for the coins. Give me the coins. I'm here. So they were like, we were in church and we prayed Lord, we're going to order this Uber, and whoever our Uber driver is, we know that this person is going to need this money. So we want to go ahead and bless them with the money. You can. So look it. So they give me this bundle. So it's a bundle full of cash. Now, keep in mind, in this bundle, there's even coins in it because it was in this cup thingy or whatever. So there's even euros, and I see some Canadian money in here. So there's dollars, there's hundreds, there's 20s, there's fives. There's all the denominations inside of this. So I have yet to count it up. So I'm going to count it up and come back. Hold on. Okay, so I counted the money. It turned out to be $1,915 and some change. I didn't count all the change. It was probably more. So $1,915. So that's what they gave me in person. So they were crying, and they were like, we just want to bless you. We prayed and we asked the Lord that the Uber driver that we got, that they would actually need this, and we would bless them because it's about to get really, really tough after Jesus comes back. Now, I don't know too much about the rapture. I mean, I learned about it, but I don't really remember. I think that if you have the Lord in your life, then you're going to be caught up to meet him. So you're going to leave, and your clothes are going to just, we're going to go in. I guess people like me are going to go into the house and find the people that left, find their clothes or something like that. So I don't know how it goes, but because there's some people, what if they accepted the Lord, but then they don't live right? But I don't know how it got. I don't know the details of the fine print of it, right? But what I do know is that these people gave me $1,900 today. And so when I dropped them off, they lived in a nice neighborhood. I be driving in a nice neighborhood, y'all, and I be getting the good passengers. So they lived in a nice neighborhood. And so they were like, you know what? What's your Cash App? Give us your Zelle. Give us your Venmo. Give us your this. And I was like, okay, I have all of those except Apple Pay. So don't do the Apple Pay. But I do take Cash App. I do take Zelle. I do take Venmo. And I do take cash. So thank you for this. They were like, yeah, we want to get together, and we're having a prayer meeting tonight, and we're going to just put all our money together. We're going to give away houses. We're going to give away cars. We're giving away different things. We're just giving everything away because we won't be here. We're leaving this earth. This earth is temporary. So we want to give away all this stuff, and let this be a sign to you that Jesus is real and he's coming back within the next couple of days. I was like, oh, wow. I really thank y'all, and I appreciate y'all for this generous donation. It really came in handy. And I will accept any more donations that y'all want to give me.
Why are people filling up their cars with gas, buying canned goods, and toilet tissue if the rapture is coming? It's not a hurricane. This is not a hurricane. It's a rapture. Why do you need gas? Do you think God wants you to drive to heaven? No. You're not going to be driving to heaven. You don't need gas. And why do you need toilet tissue? Taking a shit is going to be the last thing on your mind. And canned goods, you don't need that tuna. Okay, I'm sure the food in heaven tastes really good. I'm sure God has a buffet for us. Okay, whatever you want, I'm sure he got in heaven. Chill, relax. And you know what? As a millennial, ever since I was a kid, like, people always make a big deal about stuff like this. I remember 99, it was the same thing. Everybody was buying gas. Why? The world is about to end. Why do you need gas? Okay, 2012, it was the same thing. People buying gas and toilet tissue and canned goods. You don't need that. The world is going to end, but it probably won't end. It's not going to end, okay?
Good morning. I am reporting live. It is 7 a.m., September the 23rd, here in Asheville, North Carolina, and I wanted to show you guys something. Check this out. I have been up since about 6 a.m. before sunrise. Actually, I think I woke up at 5 a.m. I've been watching, and I haven't seen anybody floating upwards. So maybe it hasn't happened yet, but don't worry. I'm sitting out on my deck, and I will report if I see anybody floating upwards. Take care and go about your days.
So y'all have gotten caught up in the rapture of dumb. It is indeed September the 23rd, and we are still here on Earth. I've just been informed that the rapture has been rescheduled for either tomorrow or Thursday. It is my assumption that Lauryn Hill was in charge of creating a schedule for the Lord's return. Maybe God had to get his chakras in order. This is what happens when you guys do not study the word for yourselves. The word clearly says, no man or woman, or he, she, it, they, or we, will know the day or the hour. Please stop selling and giving your stuff away. Please continue to pay your mortgage, your light bill, your car notes, and put groceries in your home. And stop giving your money away to these snake oil salesmen that have proven today, will prove tomorrow, and even Thursday, that they are nothing more than false prophets. And please don't get caught up in the rapture of dawn.
So today is Tuesday, September 23rd. And you know, people are saying that the rapture is supposed to happen today. I don't know if it already happened, if we still waiting for it to happen. Okay. I don't know, maybe they're going to do it in batches. Like they got a 9 o'clock batch, a 12 o'clock batch, a 3 o'clock and a 6 o'clock, maybe a last minute 9 o'clock p.m. batch. I don't know. I will say this. Brooklyn is uncharacteristically quiet and empty right now. I don't know where the people are at. They probably got raptured up already. I don't know. Or maybe they're all at work. I'm still here, so clearly I didn't get raptured. Maybe I'm gonna be in like one of the afternoon batches. the evening batches. I don't know. I'll probably still be here tomorrow. Did y'all get raptured? Are y'all watching this from heaven? If you watching this, let me know where you at in the comments. Are you on earth? You in heaven? Did you go to hell? I need to know where you at. Also, if there's any billionaires who get raptured, I know it won't be a lot of y'all because rich people don't go to heaven. But for the little bit who do go, can I have your house? Like if you got one of them big fancy apartment buildings in Manhattan, let me have it. Let me have that unit. But I hope you rapture up the property taxes with you because I'm not paying for nothing.
So yes, guys, let's begin by answering the basic question. What is rapture? What is the rapture? The word rapture isn't in most of the English Bibles. It comes from the Latin rapio, meaning to snatch up. In 1 Thessalonians, Paul describes believers being caught up to meet the Lord in the air. To many evangelicals, the rapture means that true Christians, both living and dead, will be suddenly taken to heaven. Those left behind will endure a time of trouble, often called the tribulation. After 7 years of chaos, Christ then returns, blah, 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 in glory to set up his kingdom on earth. Not every Christian agrees to this. Catholics, Orthodox, and mainline Protestant tradition generally see one single second coming of Christ without a secret disappearance first. They remind us no one knows the day or the hour. That is Matthew 24:36. And caution against pinning exact dates. But in this case, the rumor originated in South Africa. Saif said it was on September 23rd, 2025. Social media exploded. A South African pastor by the name Joshua Mlachela claimed that in a dream he saw Jesus sitting on a throne and heard him say, "I am coming soon," on the 23rd and 24th September 25 to take my church. He linked the dates to Rosh Hashanah, the Jewish feast of trumpets, which some Bible readers view as symbolically tied to end times events. His message spread on TikTok, X, and YouTube, fueling both genuine preparation and wide open mockery. This led to a lot of hilarious reactions, especially by the Black Americans on Twitter, TikTok, and other social media platforms. It gave to the rise of the hashtag RaptureTok. Within hours after he said that, TikTok was flooded with the hashtag RaptureTok videos. Some creators sold cars, others quit jobs, but many laughed. Black Americans in particular had a field day. Memes about being left behind and where's the left behind hotline exploded online. In the viral left behind hotline skit, callers are denied entry to heaven for putting money in cryptocurrency instead of tithing, or judging others while saying only God can judge me. Also, there were some jokes concerning pets. For example, will pets be raptured? One influencer insisted, "I believe God will take my fur babies with me." Viewers poked fun. My last impression shouldn't be my old underwear, but buy new undies for the rapture. This was just some of the hilarious comments. One TikToker proclaimed, "I already transferred my house deed away. I won't need it after September." Another posted a mock infomercial, "Rapture survival kit, snacks, water, and new socks." These reactions blended satire with relief, laughing. After all, it was a way to cope when anxiety spikes. While many joked, some took this prophecy seriously. Reports show individuals, like in the video that we have looked, there are people who took this very serious. They were selling their homes, they were selling their cars. They were saying that because we won't need these stuffs here anymore. And this is not the first time we have looked at such kind of prophecies. In the course of me being alive, I've seen such kind of prophecies. Even recently in Uganda, in Africa, there were some people who were taken to a forest. They were looking up. They were being told that the world is going to end. So there are many people who are coming with such kind of prophecy, you need to be alert. Also, there are guys who had quit their jobs and donated money, urging friends to saying that they cash at me at Ariana daily before the lift off. Others left emotional goodbyes on social media, urging followers to repent before the deadline. In a Tyler report, believers said God's judgment would leave Earth unrecognizable and cause it to shake. A few even experienced mental breakdowns when the date passed without event. For sure, right now we are in the 29th September and nothing is happening. We are still living. So to them, that those who had already sold some of their properties because of this day, I think they are now devastated. This demonstrates how powerful a date-setting prophecy can be. Let's look at some of the historical context, or rather people who predicted that the world is going to end and it didn't, especially people from the United States. Looking at this, some of the early predictions in the year 1843, between 1843 to 1844, we have a guy known as William Miller. He was a Baptist preacher who studied the book of Daniel in the Bible and Revelation and predicted that Christ's return would be between March 1843 and the year 1844 March. When nothing happened, he recalculated the day of the rapture to October 22nd, the year 1844, an event dubbed the Great Disappointment. Also, another person in history is known as Harold Camping, a California radio host who said that the rapture would occur in the year 1994, then again on May 21st, 2011, and finally on October 21st, 2011. Each date passed without incident. Camping later admitted the errors and asked for forgiveness. You know, these are just a few cases. There have been many cases of people talking about the rapture or the coming of Christ and sort of. But we are still. The Bible says that no one knows the hour nor the day that is going to come, except God. So, what are some of the like warning signs of prophecy psychosis? We can say that one of the signs is absolute certainty, claiming 100% or billion perfect confidence in a date, because no one knows the hour nor the date when Christ is going to come. Also, the exclusive knowledge. When you find people say that the only true believers will be raptured, it's like kind of they are trying to exclude themselves, something of the sort. Also, we have high emotional stakes. When you are told to sell your properties, dig hole, something of the sort, this encourages drastic life changes. We should guide our minds. We should have contextual Bible study. We should read the prophetic passages in the original cultural setting and not through a 19th century lens or 21st century lens. We should check historical track record of some of these churches or religious affiliations that we get to be involved in. We should remember past failed predictions, and humility matters. Also, we should embrace healthy skepticism. Faith thrives when it is tested, not when it demands uncritical acceptances. So, as September 24 came and went, the hashtag RaptureTOK turned slowed, but the lessons still remain. Laughing at memes can at times ease fear. Critical thinking protects against harmful brainwashing. Real faith doesn't hinge on pickup trucks, house deeds, or viral hashtags. If you enjoyed this deep dive, hit like, subscribe, and share your thoughts below. How did you react, or How do you see this reaction? So on the September 23rd, the said rapture, and what helps you stay balanced in a world of fast-moving prophecies? Thanks for watching. Stay curious, stay compassionate, and stay grounded. See you next time.